How can prevailing wage impact local budgets? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Pennsylvania State Representative Will Tallman. Thanks for being with us.
It's my pleasure to be here.
A prevailing wage has been in place for decades in Pennsylvania, but explain to us what prevailing wage includes.
Essentially what it does is take a union wage and applies it to all government, whether it's your local township, school district, county, all the way up through state government, and applies that to the labor rates they are required to pay.
For construction projects? For
construction projects, yes. And I find it interesting, this is a taxpayer issue, not a Republican-Democrat issue. And as you had said as your leadoff, it affects our local government's budgets significantly. Prevailing wage raises the cost of a construction project by 20 to 30%. So that is a significant impact on our taxpayers. And since most of our school districts and counties and municipalities only have one way to do it, it's property tax. So this would have an impact on reducing our property tax burdens.
This is an issue that's been addressed by the legislature. There's actually a series of bills that have moved through the House Labor Committee at this point addressing prevailing wage. Let's talk a little bit about how these work. There are a variety of different bills, one of which would actually raise the threshold for prevailing wage jobs from $25,000.
Yes, and we're just going to use the rate of inflation, and we would go from $25,000 to $185,000. And that's based on the consumer price index. And I just think that needs to happen because it hasn't been adjusted since 1963. So that would be a good thing to do.
Now, in addition to that, there are other provisions in this series of bills, one of which would make prevailing wage an option for local school districts. It would not be mandatory for them. Why would that be something that you would want considered?
Well, school districts are some of our biggest construction in South Central Pennsylvania, some of our biggest construction projects. And so what we would do is allow the school district to vote whether they wish to participate in prevailing wage or not. And so that makes it a local option, and I'm very much in favor of making it a local option because I think that is best determined at the local level.
Are there other projects beyond construction projects that are included in prevailing wage?
Well, another thing which we had a court decision in 2005 or 6 that made maintenance projects fall under the prevailing wage. And so we have a House bill that is going to address that particular issue. And then the other one is that let's see, making it, yeah, we talked about all three of those issues. Making a local option for school districts, making it, taking maintenance projects out of the mix, and then raising the threshold from $25,000 to $185,000.
If prevailing wage is actually taken out of the mix, what would this mean for the individuals, for the companies actually working on construction projects? Because we're talking about municipal buildings, we're talking about the schools where our children attend. Would it be a safety concern? Who would be working on these projects? Would it just be down to the lowest bidder at that point?
Well, that is some allegations to those that are opposed to prevailing wage. On time, quality performance, a safe performance. But we already know in today's environment that even those people that are not part of a union, it is really regulated. So the safety issue should not be a concern. Everybody has to fall under the Uniform Construction Code, and so that shouldn't be an issue with quality. And on time, under budget, will be done much better with people that do not have to work with the prevailing wage issue.
Thank you. We've been talking with Pennsylvania State Representative Will Tallman. I'm Jill Horner.